I'm going to talk about this briefly because I'm going to be real. I wanted to initially just take a nice break from the content and just enjoy life for the small amount of time being. And plus, I think it's going to be either a bit, might not be too far away from some RE Requiem stuff since the pre-orders are hitting on the 29th or 30th. But for this week, I want to get some videos out, and today we're going to talk about something that just hit the community, I believe, yesterday or a few days ago. If you're wondering, it's about recent rumors of a Resident Evil 0 remake. Now, if you've been around for about a year, you've probably heard some things from certain people about this game being in development along with Code Veronica Remake, but it seems more details, quote-unquote, have surfaced about this game, and the source of this is MP First, who supposedly leaked Everwild and Perfect Dark, which is funny because I think the Perfect Dark game is now cancelled, but I might be wrong about that. Regardless, they had a lot of things to say about this game and some details involving the train section, and a rumored voice actor for one of the important characters in the game, so let's get into it. Following the huge success of the Resident Evil remakes, it's no surprise that Capcom continues to work on more projects remaking classic entries. Among the most requested titles for a current-gen treatment are the acclaimed 2000 spin-off focusing on Claire Redfield, Code Veronica, and the GameCube prequel Resident Evil 0. We can now confirm that the Resident Evil 0 remake is indeed a reality, and we were able to gather some details about the project, including additions to the plot, casting, and information regarding its development. The Resident Evil 0 remake is a project that has been in development for years now. The title has been worked on under the codename Chamber, which works as a clever pun referencing the last name of protagonist Rebecca Chambers, and that voice and performance capture work with new actors for the leads would have begun at some point in 2024. One of the actors joining this new cast, supposedly, I'm just gonna put that out there because the article doesn't say that, is John McLaren, known for playing Star-Lord in the 2021 game adaptation of Guardians of the Galaxy, and for his roles in Far Cry 5. We know this thanks to a mention on the actor's resume where Project Chamber is listed as one of his projects and is noted as a lead role. Additionally, this project is overseen by Beyond Capture Studios, a motion capture company that has previously collaborated with Capcom on games like RE4 Remake and Street Fighter 6. Taking into account that the actor is a lead on the project, it's probable that John McLaren is the actor responsible for playing Billy Cohen, the co-protagonist of the original game alongside Rebecca. With these casting details, we can likely rule out any return of the original game's voice actors, even though recasting is a common practice with RE remakes. One of these new storylines would involve the initial segment of the game set on the train, specifically concerning the train conductor. In the original game, this character is never seen and is only referenced via his office on the train, but in the remake he will take on a slightly larger role. We can detail that one of his scenes involving this character has him asking Rebecca for help to stop the train's acceleration, only to end up betraying her by locking her in with a bunch of zombies so he can escape. Following this, we wouldn't see him again until reaching a later zone in the game where Rebecca would find him interacting with another mysterious unnamed character who appears to have knowledge of the general situation and clearly plays an important part in the plot, which makes me feel a little weird. Does that mean the guy survived the train crash, or maybe in the remake it doesn't crash at all? I don't know. Those familiar with the lore may already have an idea of who this mysterious individual could be, but they will also be aware that none of these plot elements were present in the original game. Therefore, we should expect a more cinematic structure to the storyline. If you followed or have been subbed to my channel for a while, I wasn't afraid to say that RE0 was not my favorite Resident Evil game, to say the least, and I was one of the people that actually wanted this remake over Code Veronica. Now, it's good that these are possibly in development because even though they said it's confirmed, we literally don't know. The best thing we could truly bank off of is the John McLaren thing, where he is currently under NDA of being a lead voice in a AAA video game, and I will post the link in the description so you guys can fully see. I can make a video talking about what I want in an RE0 remake, and I'm going to be real, I'm excited if a few certain things were added that weren't in the original. The two things I will say is this. Number one, it's co-op. If you do end up adding co-op, it's going to be tricky because there are moments where the characters are off on their own in the original game. And it's going to be interesting if they add that into the game, which more than likely means the way you approach the game and how it sets you up could be different, comparing to the original, obviously. The second thing is the item box and how it can be used, and I explained this in past videos. So, in RE2 Remake, we know that ink ribbons exist on Hardcore, giving you that classic RE2 feel. If Hardcore is the hardest difficulty in RE0, you can do this. The item box will be back on Assisted and Standard, but Hardcore, it will remove the item box entirely to give us the classic RE0 feel. It fully embodies the game's difficulty in my opinion. Now I could obviously say more, but this is all I realistically wanted to say, so let me know what you guys think about this entire thing. If RE0 is actually in development on a scale of 1 through 10, how excited are you for it? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it to help it reach the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the near future, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, and much love.